I'm going to dive in a little bit on sequence structures. And it's going to look like I'm speaking in a foreign language for a lot of you. This is not something you can do manually. This does require the use of one of several automation tools, but you can see we build these things out. I'm going to say it takes less than 5 minutes, start to finish. That's drag and drop. Our platform has the capability of running LinkedIn messaging, emails, group messages, all that sort of stuff, along with cold email, so I'm hitting them from every angle I can until they click reply. Okay? We'll do some separate stuff around that automation tool that we have. There's a lot of them out there. And for those of you that were following my trainings that I did back in 2021 and most of 2022, I don't recommend a lot of those things anymore. We're going to dive into that here in a little bit, the different ones. Okay? But you need to understand that LinkedIn is owned by Microsoft. And, they spent billions to buy this thing. And the value for them is the data on that site, right? The people, those 1 billion member profiles and their contact information. And they know that. So they've invested heavily into their algorithm. And it changes frequently, all right? You got to be really careful. If you don't know what you're doing, you gotta follow someone's lead who does. Fortunately for you guys, I am in this thing daily. I'm in a mastermind with the CEOs of several other automation tools and experienced B2B marketers that use automation tools. And we share information regarding the algorithm. So we pretty much stay on top of it as soon as it's happening. You're never going to outsmart Microsoft. They've got really super deep pockets. Okay. So all we can do is try to stay not more than 1 or 2 steps behind them. Okay. But some of the quick things about automation tools, if you're going to use them, they must be cloud-based. Do not use these Chrome extensions. Some Chrome extensions are okay for singular things, for posts and posting content is what I'm referring to, posting comments on content and articles that are published on the site. It's fine for that. LinkedIn encourages that activity, so they're not going to shut those down. I'm talking about ones that send connection requests and so forth, okay? Or the scrapers are notorious for using Chrome browsers, and that's the last thing LinkedIn wants you to do is to take that data off of their site. We do it. We're going to do it. You want to do it. I'll show you how to do it. But just don't use those Chrome extensions. They will get you in trouble. They will detect them. You're not going to outsmart these guys, okay? And so with these tools, the reason you want a cloud-based one is so that it's accessing your LinkedIn from a local IP address. And then whenever your VA or, like in my case with the LeadYoda team, one of my team members log into a client's LinkedIn account, it's always the same IP address. So we never have any problems. The couple of instances where we thought we were having this problem, and one of them might be watching this at some point, it wasn't us, it was them having other folks logging in from other locations that doomed them. It wasn't my team. So that's why you want a cloud-based one for that local IP address, okay? And then you want it to be a fairly sophisticated one where they completely randomize human behavior. What I mean by that is on my profile, as an example, I've got it max throttle, okay? And I've sent typically between 40 and 50 connection requests. So if you do the math, and I run it 6 days a week, I'm literally sending 250 connection requests, despite LinkedIn's limit of 100. Okay, but it's got to mimic human behavior. So it's randomized. It's going to send a random number between 40 and 50 every day at various times throughout the day. And we just go in, we set a schedule and give it a range, and it does the rest. Okay, so those are the big things to look at when you're looking at automation tools for LinkedIn. Okay.